Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. This is of course a reanalysis for the daily because of course of what we saw today is kind of like was weird a little bit with the price action. I'm not talking about the being weird about the wave towards the upside, but how the price action has given to us was very, very weird. It looks like kind of like markets manipulation here, where we can see some human acts enter into the chart, right? Definitely this trend towards the upside on the 15-minute chart was kind of like very, very weird and was not really looking very normal, where we saw, of course, this impulse towards the downside, and kind of it has been transformed to ABC probably, and then having 1-2, where your wave 2 has touched the 886, and then having another 1-2 for your wave 3. Which was invalidated by all means, because of course this cannot really be a normal price action, right? We have hit a 4.27 for fib level, which is of course unnormal and unusual, and then we saw direct invalidation with this, where we saw a huge amount of course of sellers entering the market as well. On my indicator, as you can see here in the top, has entered a huge amount of sellers again. So we have double signals of sellers, where we can see, of course, it is kind of like stronger than your start of the impulse here, where your start of your impulse is almost the 100, right? So it doesn't mean that the price can go directly towards the downside. What does it mean is that the volume right now is higher, the volume of the sellers is higher than the buyers. However, on your 15-minute chart, for example, you start to see some buyers entering massively. As you can see here, again, after this massive drop, again and again, some I don't know, whales, ETFs trying again to enter the market massively. However, we did not get any stronger seller signal, but because it was given already before, right? Because if you see here, the sellers are even on the 15-minute chart are very, very strong. And in case that they entered here as buyers, even a small amount of sellers can affect, of course, the price again. However, the market is not really stable. It is kind of like a war between the bulls and the bears. And of course, it has led us to this crazy pattern, right? This crazy volatility that it is kind of like, based on Elliott Wave, it's not really readable, right? However, if I want to read this as Elliott Wave, probably then I have to take this as A, B, and a C as an expanding flat. And we are looking again for higher prices, possibly. However, we need to see an impulse, right? So far, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, I cannot really see this as an impulse, right? It looks like 3 waves. But we're gonna have to watch, of course, what's gonna happen, guys. So the things, as I said, like basically there is a huge amount of sellers here and here, but you have to be careful, because some whales and some ETFs maybe are entering the market to push Bitcoin higher and higher with the price. So what I want to say here, however, what happens today, whatever it happens, let's go back to our possibilities, okay, and see what can we still have regarding this price action. Okay, So if we go on the daily chart here, on the daily chart we can see that today with this candle we have hit almost a perfect fib level for our wave 1 as a diagonal, and we have added this into our into our possibilities for the bullish scenarios, which is still have a 50%. Now, why I give the 140%? Because we need anyway to finish all these bullish scenarios, to check one after the other until we arrive to this one. Okay, so this is the idea. First of all, we have, of course, an additional scenario here, another multiple 1-2, where it could be also possible as 1-2-1-2, right? We can still have, since we have a lot of amount of sellers, it is very possible to have a wave 2 here, and then, of course, a move again towards the upside with a massive wave 3 as well for our 100K scenario. Now, if this happens and we reach a nice fib level for the wave 2 and we move up, of course, then yeah, let's give it, of course, a higher percentage in that case. And then, of course, we check this one and we give higher percentage, of course. Now, your wave C in diagonal shape for an expanding flat, of course, you know, these are the fib levels where you have the 1.38 and the 1.618. However, your diagonal in this flat, A, B, and a C, your diagonal in a wave C cannot move over than the 1 fib level. Because if your wave 5 moves above this fib level, right, therefore it's gonna invalidate the diagonal. By all means, it will transform it to a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directly. So by all means, your expanding flat cannot reach the 1.618 in that case. In that case, so this is a much better scenario here. We know that if we reach the 1.618, then therefore, of course, we are in a wave 3 and not in a diagonal. Okay, so your expanding flat is preferably the 72,174. The maximum that this expanding flat with wave C can reach is the 74,480. And by all means, of course, if we see a huge retracement after that, and also a massive signal of buyers, then therefore, of course, you are looking for your bearish scenario, the only bearish scenario left, which is the WXY, where we want to finish a wave Y with your zigzag. All right, so this is the only bearish scenario left here. We have more bullish scenarios more than bearish, because anyway, your cycle bearish scenario, which is a 1, a 2 here, cannot be considered anymore, especially with this price action for a wave 2, where your wave 2 is now 5 waves toward the upside. So therefore, I can even consider that this scenario is out by today. Perfect news, I think, for some people, that we will not see a very, very massive drop for Bitcoin. However, it was already a very low possibility. Okay, so the next scenario is a possible, of course, a finished 1-2, a possible triple 1-2s, or possible A, B, C flat. And this flat should not reach over 74,479. In that case scenario, of course, then we are already in our 100K scenario. Once we check all of these guys, then of course we give our 100 scenario 80% directly towards the upside. So this is to recap only what happened with this scenario. However, don't forget that the market is still not stable, and we are in a very, very dangerous zone, right? Where we see a lot of sellers, trying, of course, as well to dump Bitcoin down, and also a lot of buyers try to resist it. So that's it for a Bitcoin price prediction. I hope that you like it. If you did, please press the like button and subscribe for this channel if you didn't yet. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.